Hey everyone, so welcome to the second video in the series of Amazon Merch versus Shopify print on demand. Last week we spoke about how easy it is to get initial sales on both of those platforms, and today we're going to be talking about how easy it is to build a brand on both Amazon Merch and Shopify. So thanks for watching Starting Up, all about making money online and building brands. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if that sounds interesting to you, and give this video a like. There's new videos every Monday and Thursday. And also let me know what are your thoughts on either Amazon Merch or Shopify. Which are your favourite? And in particular, building a brand, what do you think is better, Shopify or Amazon, for building up your brand? But I'm going to cut straight to the chase. It's my personal opinion that Shopify is the better of the two platforms for building up your own clothing brand. Controversial maybe to some of you, but I'll explain exactly to you why in a second. And also why I personally feel branding is important if you're going to start a clothing company. So I'm currently selling on Amazon Merch. I've been on there for the last 10 weeks now, and I sold on Shopify last year, about a year and a half ago. I had my own t-shirt store on there. And when I was, coming into both platforms, the thought has gone through my head, how easy is it going to be to build up a brand on this platform? I previously had a Shopify store, and now coming into Amazon Merch, I was asking myself that question again. And the reason why I asked this question is because a brand can be so powerful for a clothing company. If you're trying to sell clothes, a brand can do things like give you repeat customers. It can instill a sense of trustworthiness in a customer. If they're coming to your brand, they know your brand, they can trust your brand, they're more likely to buy from you. And also, it can be an identifier for an audience. It can build a dedicated audience who know what to expect from your brand. They know that they love your brand, and they're going to keep coming back to your brand because they feel like your brand talks to them personally. So a brand can be a super powerful tool when trying to sell clothing online. And having dabbled on both platforms, both Merch by Amazon and Shopify, I firmly believe that Shopify is the way to go if you're looking to seriously build up a clothing brand online. And I'll tell you exactly why now. So there's four main reasons why I believe Shopify is the platform of the two to build a brand on. Four things you can do on Shopify that you can't do on Amazon Merch. And the first one of those four things is email marketing. Now, when you set up your Shopify store, you're going to have customer information and a customer information screen where the customer has to type in their information to make an order. And on that customer information screen, the customer will type in their email address. And having that email address from the customer is so powerful. Say you have a football clothing brand and someone comes and buys a football item of clothing from your store. You now have that customer email address forever, and you know that that person enjoys football. They like football related clothing. So in the future, any new item of football related clothing that you add to your store, you can email that customer who you know has an interest in football clothing, email to that customer promoting the new products, and therefore get repeat custom from your emailer list. Having that emailer list and knowing the interest that your customers have is so powerful in online retail, and especially with a clothing store. And being able to capture email addresses is something you can do in Shopify that you just can't do in Amazon Merch. Amazon takes captures the email address themselves, but you as an Amazon Merch designer, a retailer on Amazon Merch, you never see that email address, so you can never personally contact that customer in the future. But with Shopify, you can build up an email list around your brand and constantly promote future releases to your brand following. In addition to this, Blogging is so powerful for building up a brand's presence online. Having a social presence on the internet. And with Shopify, you can plug a blog straight into your Shopify store just by enabling some functionality. And through that blog, going back to the football clothing store, you could be writing blogs on the latest football scores, the latest football news, the latest football gossip. You could really be building up your brand, your website as a go-to area for football fans. And on the back of that attention that you're getting from your blog, you can send people to the store section of your website. You can do it all in Shopify, so you can really create this complete wholesome brand atmosphere on your store, really strengthen your brand's image and attract people with an interest in what your brand's focusing on, and push those people to your products. But with Amazon Merch, you're just a drop in the ocean. You have your designs on a marketplace that is flooded with other people, and you don't have things like blogging or any other functionality to attract people to your products like you have in Shopify, where you can build up your brand strength with things like blogging and other social tools. So blogging in this instance, but really the ability to create a single area where you can strengthen your brand's image, it's not possible in Amazon Merch. So Shopify wins in the second area of blogging. 3, packaging. You can really build your brand with some beautiful packaging. I'm sure you've seen examples and pictures on the internet of companies who have gone 110% and sent really eye-catching, visually stunning packages to their customers. And what happens is their customers will be over the moon and flattered by the extra effort and the thought that's gone into this packaging. It's going to guarantee that that customer comes back to you because they love the extra effort you put in and to treat them, to a treat with packaging. And they may even share your beautiful packaging to their friends and put it on social media, which is going to extend the awareness of your brand. It's going to build your brand up. And secondly, you can put things inside your packaging, so you can put a coupon code for 10% off if they come back to your store and buy another product. You can do a nice handwritten letter or put some artwork in there, anything to build up the image and the strength of your brand. And you can do this when you have control of the packaging and of the delivery process. And with Shopify, you can have that control. You can be selling products through your store, and if you wanted to, you could be packaging and sending all of those products yourself. But with Amazon Merch, all of the packaging and mailing is done with Amazon, by Amazon. And all your t-shirts will arrive in the standard Amazon packaging that I'm sure many of you have seen before. So you have absolutely no control over the packaging. It's just going to arrive in an Amazon box with an Amazon invoice, and the customer is going to not have any clue that it's from your brand. There's going to be no visual triggers to sort of jog the memory of your brand in the customer's mind. They're just going to see Amazon, 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 and just think of Amazon. But with Shopify and having control of that packaging process, you can really reignite the customer's memory of your brand and sort of give them an extended brand experience when they get the product and they open the product. So control over the packaging is another reason why Shopify wins over Amazon Merch in terms of how good either platform is for building a brand. And finally, design. Amazon Merch and Shopify, they both allow you to upload your designs onto t-shirts and send those t-shirts. But with Shopify, you have so many more providers, or you can even make your t-shirts yourself. You have so many more options to brand your clothing with your personal brand. You can find providers that do all over t-shirt prints rather than just the standard print on the chest that Amazon does. You could do designs all over your clothing. You could put your logo here, down here, up here. You really have a lot more control over the design and the visual branding that you put on your clothing, whereas Amazon Merch has more sort of generic template spaces where you can put your designs. And you can still put your logo on your designs on Amazon Merch, but with Shopify you have a lot more options and a lot more control of how your designs and your clothing actually looks, and there's much more opportunity to create a unique brand appearance of your clothes, and also to brand with your logo your clothing in new creative ways. So finally, the design options available to you through Shopify far exceed the design options on Amazon Merch, making Shopify a stronger platform for building a brand for a final reason. So when going head to head in terms of building a brand, which is better, I firmly believe that Shopify is the route to go if you're really focused on building a brand. And Shopify and Printful, you can find the links below to get set up and running with those platforms. There's a 2-week free trial if you use Shopify. Printful plugs into Shopify and can be used to upload your designs to and mail your t-shirts to your Shopify customers, and that's completely free to use. It just plugs into Shopify. Like I said, in this instance, if you are thinking long term and you really want to build up a brand, I'd say Shopify is the way to go between Shopify and Amazon Merch. But don't let that put you off Amazon Merch completely. If you're just getting started off with print on demand and you want to learn sort of how the ins and outs of selling t-shirts, the sort of designs that do sell, the designs that don't, and you want it to be as easy as possible, free to get started, not paying any monthly charges, that sort of stuff, then Amazon Merch is a great entry into print on demand for beginners and for people who just want to sell t-shirts based on the short-term trends. They're not worried about a long-term brand. They just want to get t-shirts in front of as many eyeballs as possible. So anyone on the Amazon marketplace, they want to just increase their chances of selling. Like I said in video 1, I believe Amazon Merch is much better for getting sales than the Shopify. I think there's much more chance of getting sales. So if you're thinking short term and you just want to try and get as many short term sales as possible, Amazon Merch is the way to go. But if you are thinking long term and you want to build a brand, and maybe even if you want to build your brand outside of clothing, extend to other things like products, Shopify is the way to go, I believe, in this instance. So anyway, that's my opinions on the matter. What do you think? I got a lot of feedback on my first video, people disagreeing with me, mentioning things I hadn't thought of. So, if you've got any contrasting views to me in terms of building a brand, what's better with Shopify or Amazon Merch, please let me know in the description box below. I always value your opinion, and it always sort of guides my direction in the things I do myself. So let me know in the description box below. I'm sure anyone else watching this will find it very useful. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, starting up if you're not already subscribed. Like I said before, videos every Monday and Thursday about selling online, building brands, very relevant to this video, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.